What's up, Brennan? How you doing, man? How's it feel to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota?
It's good, man.
Feels good?
It's good.
We're in Storley's home state of South Dakota, so I think it's safe to assume that he'll have a good amount of friends and family in the audience this weekend. But I just received word that your boy Sean Shamrock, he just touched down here in Sioux Falls in this beautiful state. Are you expecting to have some friends in the crowd yourself? Is Albert making the trip? And what type of reaction do you expect to draw from the fans come Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have some of my hooligans who are gonna be in the house. Yeah, I just picked Sean Shamrock up at the airport. My boy Joe's here. I'll have some. There'll be some hooligans out there, and I don't mind. I like fighting. I don't care where we are. Mm-hmm. Your backyard, my backyard. It don't matter. Mm-hmm. I'm unfazed by any of that bullshit, And I think it doesn't matter to me one way or the other, dude. Where we fight, and I think people know that too. That's why this is the first time someone's even like mentioned to me, how's it fighting in his backyard? Because people know that I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm.
What can you tell me about Mike Penta and how he's influenced you throughout your career and helped you specifically in this past training camp?
Oh yeah. Mike and I, we've been friends. We've been friends for a long time, and before any of the fighting shit, you know what I mean, and he came to one of my first pro fights and saw how gassed I was, and he's been training me ever since, and I can show up. I've showed up to him fucking 2 weeks before a fight, like, oh, Mike, I need you. And he's like, all right, let's go. 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, he don't care. He'll take me on. He's my boy. He's like a brother to me, He's like a big brother,
There's a lot of people out there that believe with a victory this weekend over the #1 ranked former interim champion Logan Storley that your next fight should be fought for the belt, 5 rounds with the undefeated Yaroslav Amosov. I know you're fully focused on this matchup with Storley, but how much does a Bellator championship interest you, and do you believe that you'd be putting yourself next in line for a title opportunity with a win in Friday's main event?
Yeah, I mean, Logan's the #1 guy. So I feel like it would only make sense, you know what I mean? But, dude, if I fight him, I hate to always say this because it must not that it gets redundant, but people must be all right. We get it, we get it. But I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Like this is not. It's not as much of a sport to me as this is a fight, man. And I'll fight anybody. I'm not impressed by your skills and your this and your that, because I'm bringing a brawl to you. Like I'm gonna brawl with you. And that's what it is. So Amosov, he's great. He's super technical. Very well, dude. He's more than well rounded. He's good everywhere. But dude, we're gonna brawl though. It's not gonna be pretty. He's not going to keep me away from him with front kicks and long jabs. Like, it's not going to happen, dude. I'm going to come fucking flying in with big hooks and big overhand rights, and he's going to have no choice but to respect it and cover up. And once I'm in, and shit will go from there. And I'm going to push against the fence and fucking uppercut. Dude, I get dirty. I'll fight you the same way if I'm going to fight you in the parking lot at Walmart as I'm going to fight you in the cage, bro. We're going to get nasty,
I know you don't train with them primarily, I don't think, but I saw you got some training in alongside or with Alex Pereira and Sean Strickland during this camp. How was it like to work with those guys?
Sean's real cool. He's a real cool guy, and yeah, he's great. He's like what MMA needs, man. MMA needs guys like Sean Strickland, who had like that. He's got like superstar power. That kid now, like he's huge, and he is your regular fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? If you, dude, he'd go have a burger and a beer with you after the fight. Like anybody, he's not this like uppity type guy. Like, hey man, like, I offered to go back and wrestle and train with Alex's guys. Fucking crickets, whatever. It's cool. Hey, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm in Connecticut. You're in Connecticut. You fucking need a wrestler. I'm a wrestler. Whatever. It's fine. No skin off my teeth, trust me. You know what I'm saying? Give a fuck. But but Sean's cool. Sean's down to train. I messaged him. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's train. We're like, I'm not gonna beg to train with anybody. Fucking please, dude. We're MMA fighters, bro. You ain't the MLB. You ain't in the fucking NBA. Yo, you ain't no fucking millionaire fucking. Yo, we're MMA fighters, bro. there's MMA champions right now who join an MMA gym to lose weight. And now they're a fucking champion of the UFC. Come on, man. You think, you gonna go pick up a baseball? I think I'm gonna be a pro baseball. You ain't fucking doing shit. Go sit down. So humble yourself. Everyone, all these MMA fighters who think that they are besides McGregor, humble yourself, man. Humble yourself. Be cool to everybody. Because this is gonna get twisted. I know that, but hey, that's how I feel. I've always felt that way. Be cool. Be cool to everybody, because really, man, anybody can do this. This is one of those pro sports that anybody can fucking do. Not anybody can go play pro football. Not everybody can go play pro baseball. Later in life, I'm talking. You could be 20. You could be 20 years old and go join a gym, a UFC gym, and get into the UFC one day. You're not going to pick up a baseball at 20 years old and gonna be in the MLB. What? Please, dude. Please. You couldn't get a hit across the street. And this is an independent league. You ain't getting a fucking hit, dude. You ain't getting a hit. I grew up playing baseball. I'm not going to get a hit over there. No, we're all getting struck out. You know what I'm saying? Be cool. You could jump on an undercard MMA fight. I bet you fuck somebody up. You probably get a Bellator contract. You might be on the early prelims in the UFC, dude, in a year. Yo, what's up, dude? There you go, bro. So that's my point. I got a little carried away with it, but that's my point. Is be cool. Like, you ain't fucking better than anybody. Thanks, man. Yep.
Hey, Brennan. Pat Dano, Combat Sports.
What's up, man?
Hey, so you said the other day that you might not want a title shot if you win this fight. Just elaborate more a bit on that thought process and why you might not want a title shot.
I got kind of cast into this. Like when I came back, what was it, a year and a half ago in February 2022, right? I didn't know what I was gonna do with this yet. If I was just gonna fight part-time, work my union job full-time, and just fight middle-of-the-road guys at Mohegan Sun once, twice, maybe 3 times a year. That sounded real good to me, That sounded real good, especially the new contract they got. It was decent money, 50 G's to fight in my hometown, and I wasn't trained. I was training, but my first 2 fights back, dude, I worked. I was working my job right up until the week of the fight. I worked, so there was less stress because I knew I was part-time. Everybody knew I was part-time, so it was almost like they expected like part-time results. You know what I mean? Now, when the Homasi fight came up on CBS, over the winter, and hey, you want to fight Sabah Homasi on CBS? It's like, fuck, like I do, but it's like, but do I? Like, do I want to not quit my job? Do I want to take time off of work and really be a full-time pro fighter again? And it used to give me a lot of anxiety being a full-time pro fighter, all the pressure and shit that goes with it, So, I kind of just, it happened and I went with it, and I won that fight. It was a good fight. And people like what they saw out of me and Sabah, dude. We killed it. Me and him killed it. Shit, we're up for fight of the year. Dude, we fucking killed that shit, man. I don't care. I know Sabah's mad he lost. He already knows, dude. He already knows he can go win. I'll win. I'll run him back for the belt. If I get the belt, he'll get first title shot as long as he's winning. And it's like, and then this fight came about. So it's kind of, it like forced my hand. And I didn't want to say no to fighting these guys. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't why. Like, do I want to fight Logan Storley? Like, sure. Yeah, I do. But in order to fight Logan, I have to take time off of work again. I have to actually fucking train. And I actually have to get in shape. You know what I mean? So everything that goes with it. And, I didn't have time to make up my mind. It got made for me,
So it was basically just taking that next step.
Yeah, man, this is the next step right now. And if a title shot is next, and who knows what the giant elephant in the room for everybody, who knows what's going on with this promotion. You already know I love Bellator. I've been fucking claiming Bellator boy since day one. I don't fucking want to go anywhere else. I don't. There's one place I want to go. If this ever folded, and it's not even for the reasons why the general public thinks, man. People want our fucking roster. Our roster is the best now that it's ever been. The Bellator roster is stacked right now. You ain't coming to fucking Bellator and getting a cakewalk to the belt. Fuck no, dude. There's killers in every division. You know, there's killers in every division, man. I've always loved Bellator, man. Always been proud to fight for Bellator, always. You know, I never saw it as a step below the UFC. I saw it as an alternative to UFC. This is a fighter-based promotion. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I've had in the past, I've had Bellator. I don't even give a fuck. It's on the record. Fuck it. I've had Bellator advance me money out of my fucking purse because I've been broke. And I'm like, yo, I want to train for this fight. I want to stop working. Yo, here's 10 grand. Here you go. We'll take it out of your purse. Yo, is the UFC doing that? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I always felt at home here. This is like, I always felt at home with Bellator. And, you know, there's no, I'm a kind of guy, dude, I have to be very comfortable with what I'm doing, man. I don't like feeling awkward. I don't like feeling like I'm an imposition on people or people are imposing on me or what's going on. I need to just go with the flow. And this place has always been so natural to me, you know? So
you had some back and forth with another fighter on this card, Dalton Rasta.
Yeah.
Is that a fight you think we could see at some point in the future?
I mean, maybe like down the road, but that kid's he's on a fucking warpath to the top of 185. That fucking kid's a problem, dude. And he's a big kid, man. He's fucking big. Do I think I could fucking give him a scrap? We would scrap for sure. Definitely, dude. Definitely. I don't think the fight's gonna happen. And he's a good kid. And he's a really good kid. He reminded me a lot of myself when I was younger. He's like 27. He's young. I'm fucking 35, dude. You know, he's a big, young, strong kid, man. I might have my hands full with him. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather, for now, I'll keep him as an ally, dude. No, he's a good kid, man. I like Dalton. If a super fight would ever come about down the road, I'm sure he'd be down. I'd be down, of course. If the money's right, you fight anybody. He might have to fight his own teammate for the belt, you know? So.
What's up, Brennan? Dylan Napoleon, New England MMA here.
My man.
This camp, I seen you did some work with Billy Goff, a big wrestler back home in Connecticut. What can you tell me about being around him and having him help you get ready for this fight?
Billy's that's my boy. You know, we live so close to each other. We train, you know, at least once or twice a week. I'm always in there with him. I'll be home to help him out with his shit coming up. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Billy's great. He's probably one of the toughest kids. He's probably the toughest kid that I train with, that I've ever trained with. I'll go out and say that. Have I fought with guys who are, you know, he's young. He's young too, man. He's like just getting cracking, you know. Yep. And about to make his debut in 2 weeks, and for the UFC. And but dude, there is no quit. There is zero quit in that kid. You gotta put a bullet in that kid. You know what I'm saying? He's a type of fighter that I don't like fighting. You know what I'm saying? Where he's not, it's hard to break him. You know, where my pace and my tenacity and the way I fight can break people. Do you know what you know, that's why I have so many, even not just my last 3 fights, but in the past. Yeah. Look at my past. How many fights have ended in the second round with me? Yeah. A lot of my fights end in the second round because I fucking pour it on. You know, and so by the second round, dudes are like, fuck, you know, and but a kid like Billy, dude, he's a fucking animal. Yeah, he's an animal. And I see him going real far in the UFC. I see him going real far, not just because he's my boy, but because I can just see what is, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And you made comments that Logan wouldn't be able to lay and pray with you in this fight, which is something that he's done in the past, or maybe, you know, his wrestling is super advanced and uses that in a lot of fights. But you said that that wouldn't work with you in the arsenal that you have. What do you believe will be some of the big determining factors in this fight?
I mean, I think he might come out and try to stand. I got like a weird feeling that he might come out and try to stand. I fucking hope he does, man. I hope he wants to try to. I hope he worked on some cool little knickknacks with his fucking boys down there. Then they're gonna come out and do some knickknacks. Maybe try to kick my calves and bucking bullshit like that. I'll fucking put him to bed. You know what I'm saying? But if he does what everyone thinks he's gonna do, he just comes out and shoots from across the cage. Dude, I wrestled my whole life. I fucking wrestled, dude. I got my plaque at home. Yeah. I got my plaque. I don't got 4 of them like him, but I got a plaque. And I was a fucking jerk off in college too, bro. I was a fucking jerk off. I didn't fucking train. I was eating Burger King. You know what I'm saying? J-Woo was just getting cracking. We were just getting good. They're fucking serious now. We weren't as serious back then. I didn't take it as serious. And you can't just come out and you ain't gonna come out and just take me down. I've never really been taken down. You know?
Yeah. And last from me, what can you tell me about your recent endeavors with Monster Energy and being a part of the team now?
Yeah, I was with Monster. I was with Monster a long time ago. You know, Hans Mullenkamp. He's a, you know, I consider him a friend of mine and someone I look up to in many aspects of life, man. You know, he's an incredible father to his kid. He has so much fun with his kids. He's got his shits in order, dude. As far as being an entrepreneur, whatever he touches turns to gold. That guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had an opportunity, you know, we parted ways back when I was doing my fucking crazy shit I was doing. When I dropped off the earth, obviously I wasn't sponsored by Monster anymore. And then after the last fight, you know, Hans, you know, we talked and you know, he invited me back on the team. And, you know, aside from how cool it is to be sponsored by Monster, Hans is the kind of guy that I like to, you know, have in my life. Do you know what I'm saying, man? He's nothing but like a positive influence kind of guy. You know what I'm saying, man? Like he's a fucking role model, the guy. You know, it's undeniable. So yeah, it means a lot to me to be back on Monster, you know, for more than just that it's fucking pretty swag. It's a pretty swag sponsor. But there's a lot of cool guys, man. Another guy, I got close to some of these guys. You know, Cody Dresser is another guy. He's on the action sports side, but these dudes are all family men, man, and they're all just like living like a cool, fun life. These dudes have fun. They take care of business. They're about their families. You know, they're great guys, man. It's great company, you know. So
I just have one last one. You said the word super fight, so it made me think about earlier this week. You mentioned how you would love to one day fight one of these Paul brothers, Diaz brothers, something like that in the boxing realm. How it's unlikely, I know, but you would want to do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, talk about that, but also, would you entertain maybe or have any interest in a boxing match one day, maybe down the line?
I mean, yeah, I would. I would definitely box down the line. I think that I would have to get my name's gonna have to get bigger in order to get some of these big fights. You know, dude, all respect to Nate Diaz. He deserves all kinds of respect. But me and him are literally the polar opposite. Like he has a massive following, and he can't fucking hit hard, dude. So it's a very safe fight to fight Nate. So Jake Paul. Great job picking him out. You know he's not going to knock you out, but yet millions of people are going to watch for Nate Diaz. I'm the fucking opposite. I got, 30,000 followers, dude, and I can fucking smoke anybody. So what, you're going to get knocked out by me and no one even fucking knows who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying, man? So I got to get big. I got to blow my name up, and then I could take the boxing world. I could take it over if I want. I can box. I can box. You know, you see me brawling on the MMA cage. I have a different stance. I have a lower stance in MMA, so I can not get taken down, and I throw a lot harder in MMA. I can box. You know, you want to put some fucking boxing shoes on, bro, and jump in a ring? I'll light dudes up. You know.
Brennan, just one for me. Did something awaken inside of you in that Sabah Hamasi fight? I know you're very open, and I commend you for being open about your life journey.
Yeah.
I think it's a motivating thing for a lot of people inside and outside the sport.
Yeah.
But was there something woken in you in that fight? Because you kind of talked about first coming back and how that conversation went with Bellator.
What do you mean, like prior or like during it?
During it, or just something where you're like, all right, now, because now look, you said, you know, your first conversations coming back with Bellator, maybe you're fighting and you're still working, but now here you are. You're in Logan Storley's backyard. You're ready to take his spot.
Yeah, man.
You know.
I mean, dude, I listen. I see things for what they are. I do. I'm not really like I'm not like this huge optimist, dude. If I don't see like with the Hamasi fight, I knew what was gonna happen. I knew what would happen, dude. I knew it was gonna be messy at first. It was gonna be fucking crazy, right? I knew we were gonna slug it out. I knew I was gonna get hit. And then I knew if I kept putting that fucking pressure on, shit would start to turn my way. And it did. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like it being like nothing is like awoken in me, you know, I can see what can happen. If I do my part, I can predict my outcome. If everything goes to my plan, just like Friday night, if everything goes to my plan, dude, I'm going to fucking knock this kid out probably in late in the second round. You know what I'm saying? if it goes my way, if it goes the way I'm seeing it. You know, it might not. You know, but nothing's really. I'm not this like a woke kind of guy, dude. I'm like more of like a realist, like fucking call it how I see it. You know, I know that's like a term with like the kids these days. Yo, dude's woke, bro. Like, I don't even know the fuck that means, dude. I'm just telling you what I think and what I know, like what I see. You know, that's all I got, man. Yeah, man, for sure.